Still take the way. No, that's the ball. That's go. Song. I put in possession for a window that time down is step and rocket.
Right. Right. Welcome to the Bread and Hover Show. What's going on, people? This is your boy Bread. Hover will be here momentarily. Glad to have everybody here joining the show. It's your boy Bread. You're in good hands. We are here every Wednesday night from 9:05 p.m. to 10 p.m. 10-ish p.m. So glad to have everybody here. What's happening? So look, we got a lot of topics we're gonna get into tonight. But let me see. I gotta work the boards until Hover gets here. So you guys gotta kind of be patient with me until Hover comes around. But look, let me give some quick shout outs. Shout out to Dirty Bird Nation. It's the home nest for our Falcon fans on the Facebook group. NFC South fans, Falcons first and 10. The Enhanced Sports Show with Lou. Lou's going to be with us later on tonight. Shout out to the Morris Brown College Stick and Sensation Drumline, alumni drumline for right now. The band program's coming back soon enough for everybody. And shout out to the Atlanta old school drummers. All right, we're going to be in a place near you very, very soon. So turn that music off a little bit so you guys can kind of hear me. So, guys, I'm just going to jump right into it. Happy Jackie Robinson Day. Happy 42 to everybody. Today, we want to start this thing off right. Historic debut. I mean, look, guys, on April 15th, 1947, Jackie Robinson took the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers, becoming the first black player in modern MLB history to do so. So his presence actually ended decades of segregation of professional baseball. So that's the big thing for us. Really big thing for America, African American community, and just everybody in general. I think it's a real big thing, that is being done by MLB. Shout out to MLB. The league-wide recognition started I think it started in 2004. So the MLB formally established April 15th as Jackson Day legacy. Everybody will wear 42. Every player, coach, umpire wears Robinson's number 42. All Major League Baseball teams. It's the only day each year to where the entire league likely becomes 42. So it's just, I mean, Jackie Robinson is relevant. So he really just changed the American sports, American law, American culture, not just African American, but American history. His impact reaches far beyond baseball, and he became a catalyst for civil rights, integration, and the redefinition of Black possibilities in the United States. What we could be, that's what that means. Because at the time, I mean, you just got to kind of say what it is. We didn't always have these privileges that we have today, but we've had people through history to have the courage to do so. Jackie Robinson was one of those people, one of many. So happy Jackie Robinson Day, and shout out to MLB for that. And I'm gonna bring on later on, but just a little baseball talk. Thumbs up, thumbs down, guys. On this ABS. So everybody's got an opinion on it. The automated ball strike challenge system. All right. So I know that a lot of players got different, and a lot of fans have different opinions on it. So I think there have been nearly roughly about 1,000 calls already that have been challenged, with 55% of that overturned, roughly about 55%, 47% of those challenges were initiated by the batter. 61% of those challenges of the fielder initiated challenges, but even more so, the process begins with the player tapping, kind of tapping on the helmet, and it ends with the umpire's initial call, either confirmed or overruled on the stadium video board as it becomes a must-see moment across a lot of Major League Baseball parks and TV broadcasts. And so I don't know. Some people may think that it kind of slows up the game. I don't know, but I think the other half of the argument is that you want to get the call right, and a lot of times I think a lot of times part of baseball is arguing the call. You know, arguing the call in baseball is part of it, and you hope they miss it most times. Most times they get it right. Get this. This is not working. Most times they get it right. Some half the time they get it right, half the time they get it wrong. But I think that's kind of part of the sport. It's been part of the game for a long time with these calls, and especially when they don't get it right. And a lot of times they do. And I don't know. I think they'll continue to refine the rule over time, because sometimes this ninth inning games kind of the batter's in the box and he just pissed off at the umpire for whatever reason, just called something, tap out on it. He knows he's wrong, but he's going to hold the game up anyway. So I don't know. Those things happen. That's going to be part of the game also. So you got to take all of that, the good and the bad, with it. But it's interesting because I know it drives the baseball purist crazy, but in this age of more casual fans, you only get a split second to kind of keep people's attention nowadays. So you're watching baseball. A lot of people say it moves too slow, so they put a clock in there. They kept the clock in there, so that kind of speeds it up a little bit. Pitchers got to get on with it. Batters got to get on with it. so the pace of the game is a little bit. It feels a little bit quicker. So I think that helps. Especially for the casual fan. I don't think it helps the pitchers. That's me. But and I don't think it helps the purist either. You just, it's part of baseball. Summertime sport. Take whatever time that you need. It's kind of like basketball players at the free throw line. Charles Barkley was just crazy about that kind of thing. He would just be there, just constantly just dribbling the ball at the free throw line for seemingly minutes. That's what it felt like. But I don't know, with this ABS thing. I don't know. I think that give it some time. I think it stays if maybe it keeps it this halfway mark with a slight edge to the ABS of the batters or pitchers or whoever calling for the challenge. If you can stay over that mark, over that halfway line and not below it, it has a chance of sticking around. But if that thing starts to dip, and just like I said before, if it slows the game down, because look, baseball just trying to move this thing and increase the pace, the time clock in the pitching. Well, if you constantly have these, momentary stops in the game to where you're trying to get it right, and the accuracy of it, and I don't think it takes long though. I mean, usually they happen fairly quick, but take too long, and now here we go again. Now you got something else to slow the game down. So in baseball, does not need that. So I don't know. I think they'll further refine it. Batter pitcher makes the call. Maybe the manager can overrule that if it's, you know, fairly obvious and you don't want to use, I was kind of like timeouts. You don't want to use them all too early, but you don't want to take them home either. You don't want to leave them on the field. You can't. That's what I meant. You don't want to leave your challenges on the field. You can't take them home. So you got to use them. So we'll see how this thing shapes out. I like the accuracy of it. It doesn't take long. Get the call kind of quick. It doesn't take up a whole lot of extra time. It's a thumbs up for me. So we'll see what Hov and Lou think about it later on. Real quick about the Braves. Braves are in first place in the NL East. It's still too early. Anything can happen. So but we'll take it. This time last year, the Braves were like, I don't know, 12-2. I mean, I'm sorry, 2-12. Braves like 1 and something. I don't know. We were just horrible this time last year. We were struggling early. And let's see, just a quick look at the standings. You will give me just a second to kind of look at these standings a little bit as we go in the National League East. Yeah, Braves are number 1 at 11-7. Hopefully we'll be 12-7. The Marlins are turning things around early. They're 500. And everybody else is kind of losing, but it's still early. It's just too early to really just say, hey, these standings are going to stay as is. Phillies are in the middle of the pack. Washington Nationals are not at the bottom like they usually are, and the Mets are at the bottom. So if you're an Atlanta fan, you're not mad about that. At the only couple of games below 500, but anything can change in a season that's so early. The Dodgers are running away with it in the West, 13-4, very early. San Diego Padres are right behind them, and the Arizona Diamondbacks, which Braves did fare pretty well against the Diamondbacks. So far, the Braves have won all of their series so far. So we will take it. Win early and win often. In the National League Central, the Pirates have the early lead in that division, followed by Cincinnati Reds and the St. Louis Cardinals. Moving over to the American League, I mean, you guys can see this, but I'm just giving you what's the two early tops. American League East, Tampa Bay Rays are up by half a game over the Yankees. Orioles are right there at 500. It's just too early to tell, but I think it's just real interesting to see what teams are jockeying for position. The Minnesota Twins in the American League Central in first place, followed by the Cleveland Guardians. Which Atlanta beat them in the series also. And you also have rounding out the American League West with the Texas Rangers and the Athletics right behind them. So, hey, there's, make you a little happy about a couple of these moves and a couple of these teams that are jockeying in position. Look, real quickly, the Masters, I thought it was great. I saw most of it. I had a very busy weekend, but I was able to see Thursday. Rory McIlroy had a fast start, and he needed that fast start because Scotty Scheffler was on his tail. So I recall us last week on the Bread and Hover show, we mentioned a couple of players that we thought would, I guess, finish first or finished in the top 5. And we did mention Rory McIlroy, but we didn't think that he would win back-to-back. That's the only reason a lot of us didn't pick him, but we thought that he would finish well. But he finished first, and he took away $4.5 million for that. Wow. Scotty Scheffler, he started a little slow, but boy, did he finish strong. So he finished in second place at a cool $2.4 million purse. And you had about 4 golfers right after that tied for third place. You had Tyrell Hatton, Russell Henley. Henley played well, but, he couldn't hold up. He had his chances. Justin Rose, man. My goodness, I thought that Justin was just gonna. I mean, he finished. He got a spot tied for third, and Cameron Young, but Justin Rose, it was just so many heartbreaking shots. He really had a good opportunity to when Rory was struggling to kind of challenge him a little bit more, even take, I don't know, maybe challenge Scotty on that a little bit. But all four of those guys for top third take home about a little over $1 million for that, which I take it. Feels good to be a golfer, so I think that's cool. Around the room, guys. Look, we got WrestleMania 42 in Vegas coming up this weekend. It is huge. So I'm a wrestling fan. I've been coming back since the pandemic. I've been making my way back slowly but surely, and so I am almost caught up in terms of my fandom of wrestling. Again, I watch all of it. I watched the WoW. I watched the AEW. I watched the TNT. TNA. I'm sorry, and so look. This is the Super Bowl of professional wrestling. This is the Super Bowl for uh, WWE. It's their WrestleMania, and it is in Vegas. So to have this thing in Vegas, they already there cutting the food. It's a mess. So it starts. It's already started. The Hall of Fame induction ceremony and special things at Radio Row. All of that is starting between today, definitely tomorrow is going on. Friday is SmackDown. That's the last chance you really get before the main event to try to get people to engage, to make sure that number one, people get tickets. If you're already there, you show up. If not, what a way to fly to Vegas. That's my thing. In traveling to Vegas, it always helps when you have a concert or some kind of a special event to bring you there. So WrestleMania, what better event to bring you there than WrestleMania? Let me go down some of this list real quick. I'm not talking about everybody who's going to be performing, but here are some of the main ones that I wanted to main matchups of note. We're going to have the undisputed WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton with Pat McAfee in Randy Orton's corner. I think Cody Rhodes wins this one, and I think he's got something up his sleeve. He's been taking a pretty good beat down by Randy Orton in the past couple of weeks and sneak shots and all that kind of stuff. I think Cody pulls this out. World Heavyweight Championship match. This one's going to be between CM Punk, the current champion. Let me back up. Cody Rhodes is the current champion, and the challenger is Randy Orton. CM Punk, which is the current champion for the World Heavyweight Championship match, versus Roman Reigns. Ooh, this is a good one. Oh man, I think the title changes hands. I like Roman Reigns in this one. I think there's going to be some funny business in here, but I'm going Roman Reigns in this one. He's one of the greatest WrestleMania performers in the history of just in my opinion. Everybody, I mean, he's one of them, one of many. But I think in terms of the new guys, it's really good. We got the WWE Women's Championship match. The champion is Jade Cargill. She's going to be going against Rhea Ripley. This is a tough call for me. I like Jade Cargill. I like Rhea Ripley. But I think this is a setup to really. I think Triple H really likes Jade in terms of a newcomer. She's fastly growing up that ladder as a champion. A lot of people, she's been criticized because, well, a couple of things. A lot of unfair criticisms, but some of the fair criticisms is that She hasn't had a whole lot of championship defenses, those kind of things, and she's held the belt for a number of months. And so she has racked up a couple of defenses. She's beaten Io Sky and some other people. So I think that Jade Cargill, I think the only thing I think she's got good skill sets based on what she does. No, she's not going to be doing backflips, like that's not her expertise. She doesn't need to do that. Backflips. But just like Brock Lesnar doesn't do backflips because he doesn't need to. But I think she's coming into her own. I would love to see her mic skills improve. That would be my personal criticism, but I think that comes with experience. Either you got it or you don't. And the ones that don't have it as much, they have to kind of grow into it. I think Jade's got to grow into it. If Real wins, I'm not surprised, but I just think Jade Cargill, I think the momentum is on her side to keep this thing and to really just give her a little bit more clout in terms of being a newcomer in this thing. And she's a heel. That helps. The Women's World Championship match, which is Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan. Stephanie Vaquer is the current champion. This has been nasty. It has been the best rivalry I've seen probably in years, men or women. So Liv Morgan's back. She was hurt some months ago. She's come back like in a storm. I'm going Liv Morgan in this one. I think she's got a lot of momentum. I think the title's going to change hands for Stephanie Vaquer. She's held a belt for a long time, but I think it's Liv's time again. I like Liv Morgan in this one. We have the United States Championship match. Sami Zayn, which is the current champion, which I think is a setup, versus Trick Williams. Big push, another newcomer from NXT. Trick Williams got all skill sets. He's got the best mic game in the business. This is Ric Flair kind of things. I mean, lemon pepper steppers, all of it. He's the entrance. Whoop that. All of it. Refreshing to see this. Guy from South Carolina played football back in the day with the Gamecocks. And so I'm taking Trick Williams to get his first belt, and he's the newcomer. And the last one I want to talk about is Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. That's the big one. That's the big guys. If you know Brock Lesnar from MMA, and if you've been watching NXT, Obafemi is the truth. He's a former shot put guy, professional. I forgot for which college, but he is the truth. That's what everybody's going to see. They're going to headline WrestleMania on Sunday. WrestleMania is a 2-day event or a 2-night event. First night is Saturday. Second night is Sunday. Watch it. I am going, guys, man, for some reason, there's a lot of momentum. I haven't seen a push like this in wrestling in a long time. I think Obafemi wins this one, and I think that Paul Heyman turns on Brock Lesnar. Obafemi is the winner. Bam. He's an instant heel. He goes straight from face to heel. Oh, it is huge. I'm trying to tell y'all, I've been watching stuff too long not to know. I think of Hover. Is that you? Perfect timing. 9:30. Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Thanks for holding it down, man. Yo.
Happy birthday, Hover. Everybody say happy birthday, Hover.
Oh man, thank you, man. Yeah. Thank you. Another year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So you know, I know you're celebrating the entire week, right?
Yes, I have. I am not lying. I have actually been celebrating
Awesome.
all week, man. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm in the mix.
Good, man. Good. So all we've been doing, you can see the thing. Jackie Robinson Day we talked about, man, and the significance of it. 42. We talked about a review. We did a review of the Masters about who won, and kind of what we said on the show. At least two of our guys. What we mentioned Rory. We didn't pick him to win, but we mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
and Scotty Scheffler, we all went with Scotty, but he second place. He won, he won 2.4 mils, second place. So I don't think that's bad picks by us. So I thought we did good. And so we spent about a good 10 minutes talking about this WrestleMania, man. So it's interesting because this is WrestleMania 42. And then in the same week or same weekend is Jackie Robinson Day, which was who wore number 42. So, if anybody play the numbers, y'all might want to roll with it in a succession of 42 or 6 or something like that, and how that works. you believe in that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So we came just in perfect time, man, to talk about these. If you want to talk about any of the other stuff, I hope before we get into the NBA talk, it's your show, brother.
Yeah, man. I just want to yeah, pretty much. I mean, let's go ahead and keep it moving. Let's go ahead and get on into this NBA talk. We probably want to get Lou
let's
on
break
in the mix on this.
perfect timing. Let's get Lou on in, man. Lou. Oh, my
No,
God.
he on mute.
I'm out. Hold it.
We got you.
Am I on, guys, or no?
Yeah, we got you. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hey, so before we get into the NBA talk, Lou, anything you want to add in terms of Jackie Robinson Day, the Masters of WrestleMania?
Well, I'll say one thing. I mean, that took a lot. I mean, the Masters was another incredible comeback for Mac himself. I mean, he gave up a 6-stroke lead and had to fight it out just to win again. So it was a rough one, but he pulled it out. And WrestleMania, well, I mean, I don't follow wrestling like I used to, but I do get, when it comes to this stuff, I do keep track of it. I mean, I remember WrestleMania back in the old days, like, back when because that was when I first started, back when I was young, 40 years ago, and that was a big thing. We had all the great wrestlers, Hulk Hogan, Red Piper, my favorite Junkyard Dog.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That was wrestling's golden age. These days, but I got somebody on my show that's gonna take care of that because he's still a wrestling fan, so he'll check it.
Yeah.
Check it that.
Before
I do get the NBA, well, as far as hockey is concerned, our season is over because this, of course, is a complete travesty that not one of our teams in the New York area has made the playoffs. Not one. First time in history.
Yeah, that's
disgusting.
Yeah. What's going on with that?
Everybody's going to the basketball game.
Now let me tell you something. The Rangers didn't have a good start of the season anyway, and they were done by about February anywho. But the Devils were off to a good start. But when Jack got hurt, Jack Hughes, that was the end right there. So you had to. I don't want to say blame it on Jack, but he was a big part of why they're not in the playoffs now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lonely season the lonely off season for New York sports fans as far as hockey is concerned. But I'm glad about my Knicks as the NBA playoffs start. But I can't say I'm all too confident about this matchup, though.
Well, let's get.
We are playing the Atlanta Hawks, and although the Hawks are a 6th seed, I wouldn't rest on this because the Hawks had to beat us.
Yeah. So
they had regular season.
Yeah. So I think the stats. I think the Knicks have an edge over the Hawks 2-1. Beat the Hawks twice.
They play us tough though.
But I think all of it was a total of 3 points.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know how much
I don't expect it. I don't expect this to be an easy series whatsoever. I really
Yeah.
don't.
No.
And the thing about it in Atlanta, we're not pressed. I'll be honest. We want to win, but we're not really pressed. We're playing with house money. I mean,
Right.
we didn't expect to be this far because of you get rid of Trey. I mean, Trey was hurt, and then you trade, and so
You
now
mean
you
Trae
got
Young?
Trey Young. Yes, you
Yep.
trade, and so it's like okay, Hawks are really gonna suck this year, and so the Hawks ended up getting better. What you call it, Lou? Addition through subtraction. And
Yeah, I think
so
that's the term they use now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what happened with the Hawks and with JJ with Jalen Johnson. We really need him to show it big, and a lot of the guys are playing better as a team, and so that's a good
Yeah.
thing. But when the game is close, they're missing the presence of Trey when it gets close of
You know,
finding that
not for,
go-to player.
not for nothing. But I thought when Trae Young was done, I thought the Hawks were gonna be done.
Yeah, a lot of people
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
We did too. Some of us. I mean, the
Well,
fans
I
are
mean,
split.
come on, that was your best player.
Yeah, he
And when you
was.
lose
Yeah.
your best
Yeah.
player, that's not always a good sign. I can mean,
Yeah, I mean, and
yeah,
there's two sides to Trey. Some people like, well, I mean, even though he was a great offensive player, a really solid offensive player, he wasn't as good of a defensive player, and so you were playing with like
right.
four guys on the court. But with Trey out of there, then you actually got all five guys putting in the effort playing defense and really kind of putting things together to make some key stops. And so
Mhm.
there's just kind of two ways to kind of look at this thing. Hope, what you think about this matchup with the Hawks and the Knicks?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's going to be I think it's definitely going to be a good series. Um, I think
Oh,
the
it'd be
Hawks going
good.
to get,
Just like for the cakewalk.
yeah, I think the Knicks is going, yeah, the Hawks are going to get the Knicks all they can handle. Um, but man, it's like anything else. What's this? The best three out of, I mean, five. This
That's
series? It's
seven.
not the best. It's a seven. Oh, it's a seven. So
They're all seven now, pal.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, man. But I think the big key difference going to be if the Hawks can somehow um, really get a better effort on the bench. Because I think the starting five, I'm pretty good. I think we're okay, but our bench going to really have to step up. Because
Yeah,
the Knicks got a pretty good bench.
they Knicks do, but I think
Two. Yeah.
I think the addition of Kaminga really helps with that,
Hmm.
and if the series goes deep enough, hopefully we get Jacques, what's his name? Jacques what? Hover Jacques,
Gusto.
Good.
not
You
that one,
talking
not
about
that guy, his brother, Jacques Jacques Landale or something, Landale, Jacques Landale.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Landale. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so it was a dirty play from an Orlando guy a couple weeks ago that's why he's hurt. And the league didn't do enough to kind of punish the guy for it. They just kind of like charge him, fine of $10 and keep it moving. So the league's got
Hmm.
to get tougher on the league's just got to get tougher on these dirty players. I mean, if you making these plays and just like Adebayo and Ball last night, that was not a basketball play. And so if it's not a basketball play and attempt and the guy gets hurt on top of that, you got to give me a game and some money. And so I think the league is just being too soft about this stuff, man. But with the Hawks, and one key thing about the Hawks guys and the Knicks, I think whoever can dictate pace has the advantage of winning this series because the Knicks can do a very good job in the half court. Hawks not as much. They're just the opposite of each other's. So Knicks kind of slow it down, you know, get into the paint, punish the Hawks inside. They got a good chance of
That's
winning this whole series. But I think if they don't, if they don't execute, don't get the rebound, the Hawks are off and running. It's gonna be real tough. Hawks love to run, athletic team. They like to get out into the open floor, shoot threes. They kind of like a professional college team. That makes oxymoron, professional college team. But they kind of that's kind of how they run their offense, run and gun. But they got certain plays, a lot of high post plays that they like to do. They don't stand the half court very long. Second chance shots is always the kick out. Ball works around the perimeter. That's Quinn Snyder's thing. So with Trae Young being gone, now you're really getting a chance to see what the philosophy is of the Hawks and what Quinn Snyder is really trying to do offensively. And so I think that's what you're seeing now. We're playing with house money. I mean, we don't expect to go to a championship. I mean, we would love to win the series, but we just want to make a good showing. I think all of the heat is on the Knicks. I think all the heat is on the Knicks. You got to win this one. It's the first round. You got to.
Yes, you do.
And I think the quicker this series ends for New York, the better off things will be. The longer the more games it takes to get past the Hawks, the worse this thing's gonna be. So
like I said,
I'll put it like this, man. I think if the Hawks can steal the first game, it's going to be an interesting series. No doubt about
yeah,
that. If they
yeah,
can steal that first.
I agree, Hope. I agree. I think the Hawks need the first game. First one of the others. You need a road game. If they can get a road game, this thing gets scary.
that could
real
change the
fast.
whole series right there.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Hawks can play loose. In this one, very, very loose. Nothing to lose. I think that Brunson. I think another question is defensively for the Hawks. Who's gonna defend him? I think that Dyson Daniels is gonna be the guy to defend Brunson. That's my thought. I could be wrong, but I don't want to see Nickeil Alexander.
I don't think you're
Walker.
wrong. I think you're.
I don't want to see Nickeil Alexander Walker chasing this guy all around the court, then got to go back down there and score. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that at all. I don't see that at all. So I think anybody but him, because he's the big time scorer for the Hawks. Although his defense is pretty good, I don't want to see him wasting all his energy put defense on Brunson. That's just me.
Yeah. I would agree. I would agree with that.
I think CJ McCollum's gonna be a problem.
That was always a problem.
Yeah, he can shoot, man, and he's not afraid. He hadn't seen a shot that he doesn't like. So it's like when he's hot. I mean, and when Nickeil Alexander Walker is hot, and I think the biggest question for the Hawks is Jalen Johnson. If the game is tight, Lou, then can he score? Can he get to the line? Can he be a difference maker? Can he come out like? Can he have a coming out party like? Let's just say Halliburton did. Halliburton's a good player, but he really came. He really shined in the playoffs. He just came out and can
until the injury. Yes,
until the injury, exactly. Until the injury, he was that guy.
Right.
And so can Jalen Johnson be that same type of player?
That's he could, but he's no Tyrese Halliburton, so it's possible. But
different guys. He's bigger. He got a different kind of game. But I think they can both impact the game the same way. I think Jalen can shoot the three, but Jalen can also get to the line. Jalen can defend. Jalen can get rebound. Jalen does a lot of things at the 4 or 4-3, wherever he plays. But he can do it because the problem with the Hawks with big men is Olakongwu, is it Hova?
Yeah, Olakongwu. Yeah.
Olakongwu, which is technically the 5, but he plays like a 3, a 4 or 3. He's always out in the perimeter somewhere, and he can't defensively. He can't handle. He can't handle the 5, but he can't handle. So I don't know. He can't handle the cat, man. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I defensively, without Jacques Landale, man, coming in to kind of give him a spell, I would, if I was the Knicks, I would just do exactly what Cleveland did to the Hawks and just punish him in the paint. all day. Slow the game down, run the ball down, and just be patient and run all the big men you got to the paint. Just go and slow it down. That's how they can beat the Hawks. But you got to be efficient and stay out of foul trouble, because once you go small, you don't want to get foul trouble and go small. That's the problem.
You're small, you're gonna have trouble.
That's the problem. Yeah. That'll be a problem there. So, guys, have you been catching the other games? I know we have the Hornets in that. Did you guys see that game between the Hornets and
Oh
the Heat?
yeah, what a game!
Yeah. Actually, I did see that one. Of course, you know about the
Notice a little glitch
controversial.
last night, though. Did you notice the little glitch they had?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
They did, and so
I thought it was something wrong with my TV set. It turned out that they had a problem with the truck that they were broadcasting from, and that's what caused it.
they had another glitch. They had a glitch tonight. They had another one.
Yeah, they had another one. Yeah.
Oh, great!
And so
it's an epidemic.
And so all of that, guys, I mean, between the Magic and Sixers, and so I'll be honest, guys. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I'm not a big fan of my playoff games being on Prime. I'm a Prime guy.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of it.
So what are they? The replacement for TNT?
Yeah. I mean, TNT's got
I guess
nothing.
so.
Yeah,
Don't forget, this is only the playing round. So the official plays will begin on Saturday anyway, and there'll be games on ABC and NBC.
NBC,
So
right?
it's gonna. But the ABC is not doing any NHL playoffs this week. Boy,
No, didn't know that. But let me real quick. Let me jump back, and if I could, is that the first round, with it being nationally televised. I mean, Atlanta, we like our local broadcast in Atlanta, and so and so Bart Rassman and Dominique, those are the guys that we are used to listening to doing our broadcast, and we would love to have our home team guys, just like New York would like to have their home team guys. Or anybody else that follows their team would like to have their home broadcast in the postseason. When you come, you want to hear it. You want to hear we don't want to hear the canned broadcast of the national guys that really don't know your team. And so I think they know the Knicks a whole lot better than they know the Hawks. And so now we got people who are just, got cliff notes on our team and what's going on. And it's going to be, I mean, my ears are going to be bleeding listening to this cat. So what I'm going to do, Lou, is I'm going to turn the volume down, and I'm going to turn on I'm going to turn on my radio broadcast and listen to my hometown guys do the game, because I just can't do it, man. I just can't do the national broadcast. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Hova, Lou, what y'all think about that, man?
No, I mean, I agree with you. Go ahead, Lou.
Yeah, I agree that to cover your local teams, you should have the local announcers, but a lot don't do that because this is where the big networks step in. ABC, ESPN, all that. That's their time to shine. And during the regular season, when the locals take in, so it's not usually happen. But I would like to see our teams play on the local outlets.
Yeah.
But now the whole atmosphere has changed in the last 5 years, so you're probably not going to see like that anymore.
Yeah. You're right. Right.
The bygone era, folks.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Right about
By way of the dodo bird.
I hate it with a passion. And just to sit through it, man. I just as well just turn on the radio and listen to our regular. The only drawback is that the timing of so your local may be at all depends on your service. So they might be one may be ahead and one may be behind, and so it's like that's the only weird part about it. It's got to be in sync. But I don't know. I would still rather hear my guys.
Yeah, I agree with you, Brad. Yeah, it's I think you enjoy better hearing
Sure, another
I would
local
say that.
flavor.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. So look, guys, did you see something on the screen? You guys see who will win the? I don't know. I can't. Eastern
Yeah, who
Conference
will
title.
win the NBA Eastern Conference title? Yeah.
You see that on the screen, Lou? I don't know. And I don't. This is a new thing that they have here. Um,
Where is it? Where is it?
with if you look on the screen, I don't know if you see it. Do you see it on the screen?
Yep, Detroit.
It's, yeah. And so, and I don't know how it works. So, so look,
Well, I mean, it's not a surprise, really. I mean, they were the
yeah,
top team all year, so
yeah. So,
that
so,
should
so
be a
what do you,
surprise.
yeah? So what do you guys think about? I mean, who would you choose in terms of these four? You think it's Detroit, Boston? I mean, it's early, but it won't hurt.
Pistons,
But the
Pistons.
Pistons. Who do you think comes out of this muck in the East?
Yeah, I can see the Pistons. I think the Pistons. Um, one thing about the Pistons, they play defense.
Yeah.
Um, they got the team to play defense, so I can see the Pistons. The Celtics, Cavaliers. Nah, I don't really see neither one of those. I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Cavaliers.
it's either going to be the Pistons or possibly teams between 4 and 8. Possibly.
Yeah.
How about the
Okay.
Celtics?
I'm going. I'm leaning slightly towards the Celtics guys. Now that you got Jason Tatum back, Jalen Brown's
Hmm.
been kind of,
Yeah.
been the MVP of not just his team, but really damn near for the whole league. Really, I mean, he's been solid on both sides of the court. So that guy's really been a difference maker, and he's been healthy. So I like this little bunch from the Celtics. I mean I've never been a Celtics fan. I'm gonna wash my mouth out with Listerine after I say this, but I think I think the Celtics have got a good chance of coming out of the East, man. I think they have the
Bring it out.
experience. I think they got the experience. I would love to see the Pistons come out of it because of their brand of basketball. But I think the Celtics got a good chance of coming out of this one. Good coaching
I,
too.
yeah, and I mean, and it's possible. I mean, the Celtics, it's very possible,
Yeah.
especially with Jason Tatum back.
Yep. All right, so I flipped to the Western. So we got Boston, Detroit. So on the Western side, guys, who you got? We got Denver, San Antonio, OKC, or whoever else. Let me go to Lou.
All right. Well, here's the interesting thing. I do think that the Thunder are going to win, but you gotta watch out for the Spurs because they've been challenging them all year and have been known to beat them. So it's gonna be a very tight race in the West.
You got the Spurs.
No, I do have the Thunder, but I'd be careful because the
Hmm.
Spurs are have surged all year and they're not going to go down in a fight. I mean, that's going to be a great Western Conference matchup.
Yeah. Yep. Hover, who you got, man? Out of the West.
Yeah, I think out of West, I gotta go with OKC. Um, at this point, Minnesota, I did really like Minnesota. I just don't know. I mean, outside of Ant Man, if he gets shut down,
Yeah.
who's gonna
Right.
step up? So, like OKC, I do like the point about the Spurs. I mean, anything's possible, and they have, like he said, they have been um, kind of been a thorn against OKC. So, uh, but yeah, my favorite right now is OKC.
I agree. I agree with everything you guys are saying. Hope you put the nail in hit the nail on the head with this one, and the reasoning behind it. I think the Wimbiana man, that guy, my God. I mean, he does not care. I mean, he knows he's good. He's gonna let you know he's good. and he's gonna test you game for game. That's gonna be a tough whoever between the Nuggets. I'm not looking at the brackets, but San Antonio is gonna be a tough out. And he got Steals. This team is good, even and he's got enough around him to kind of win games. Now, I don't know what they're bringing on in terms of their bench, but I think everything flows through Wembanyama on both sides of the court. It's hard to shoot over it. You can't block his shot. It's kind of like Kareem, man. I don't know if you guys have watched any old film on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when he played with. Right. So when he played with UCLA, just think about when he played with UCLA and when he first came into the ABA and played with Milwaukee. I mean, that type athleticism at that time, he was the guy. He was the Wembanyama back then, if you think about it. In terms of his style of play.
Right.
And the hook, unstoppable, had defense. He was taller than anybody. He was taller than your tallest guy. Nobody's ever seen anybody that athletic, that big since Wilt Chamberlain. And so this guy ran the court. I mean, Kareem was a smart, high IQ player. I mean, he was everything, man. He was the greatest. And the thing about it, if you think about the dynamics, he played all 4 years in college. And so he breaks all the college records. So it's easy to say, well, this guy's probably top 3 or if not top 2 or the best college players to ever play the game. They outlawed dunk. I mean, people don't realize it. Like the older generation is moving on. This guy was incredible.
Yeah.
Then going into the ABA, not NBA, but ABA, man, winning champion. He was a winner everywhere he went. He won chips everywhere. And so that's it's kind of a Wembanyama kind of thing. We didn't see him in college. He was overseas, obviously, but with him coming to the Spurs, he just kind of reminds me of I don't know if you guys. Who does he remind you guys of? That's just me. He just reminds me of kind of like the next generation of a Kareem type of a guy. What do you guys think, Lou?
I'm going to take that one first.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good starting out with Kareem, man. I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, the only other person he may be close to, and you might laugh at this, Brad, but possibly maybe Wilt Chamberlain.
No, you're right. I mean, yeah, you're right.
I mean, that'd be my only other comparison. His style of play is almost damn near, if you go back and watch some of the old Wilt Chamberlain video, he looks similar to Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, I mean he's dominant, just like I mean he's
because we're dominant, like I'm saying, like Wilt Chamberlain at that time,
yeah, that type of dominance, man, with the big man. I mean, he got it, man. I think I'd agree with that. Yeah, and you're bringing it right back. So I really like seeing it. So I'm going with getting back to it. I'm going with OKC guys. I mean the bench is too good. The starters, I mean, it's just they're just too good when they're healthy. That's a tough one to stop.
Yeah,
guys.
when they're healthy, they're dangerous. Yeah, they're dangerous. No doubt about that.
Yeah. So
they're not healthy. Then
so I just wanted to put that out there, guys. So real quick, guys, and real quick, and we'll go with Hope. I'll just leave that in place, and we'll talk more about the brackets next week. So we just got play-in games right now. Sixers and Magic. Sixers over the Magic. I hope the Sixers win that one. But we'll go with some more of those brackets next week. And just real quick, guys, we got the NFL draft this next Thursday.
Yep.
And so we're going to talk mostly draft next week. In terms of Lou, you talk about who you hope your team or who you think your team's going to get, and we're going to do the same thing.
Overhaul.
Yeah, hey man, everybody's got needs. Everybody's got needs. So we'll see what the Falcons do with the needs that we have. Anything to add to that, Hope?
Yeah, man. I think it's going to be very interesting to see which way they go. I think the draft personally, in my opinion, I think they got to go with defense, Brad. I just don't see no way around it. And if they go differently than defense, it'll surprise the hell out of me. But I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna approach this draft defense, man. And I think the only reason why I say that I think they're gonna want to make that the identity of the Falcons, because if you think about it, Stefanski when he was in Cleveland, Cleveland, they had some offense here and there with Baker and all that, but honestly, Cleveland, in the past couple of years he's been there, the main focus has been about their defense. So I think he want to have that same identity. I think he definitely want to have the same identity with the Falcons like he did in Cleveland with that on the defensive side. We'll see what happens on offense, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna make the Falcons' identity be defense. No doubt about that.
Yeah, that would be great. And I think defense starts, and I think this philosophy for the Falcons would be different because the Falcons usually start from the back end and go in. They don't think too much about the front seven, and their thing is on safeties and corners. And so now you got the fancy guy that's used to say, hey, he's used to being in the AFC North, and so you got to build the trenches to even be successful, to even compete. And so I think that defensive tackle, defensive ends, depth at defensive end, linebackers. I mean, I think that's got to build up for the Falcons. At the same time, you got to, with Caleb McGarry leaving at right tackle. I know we picked up my man. What's his name? Tip of my tongue, but the right tackle from Kansas City Chiefs. And so I think he's going to be the starter. So I think that helps. So you really don't have to draft the right tackle, but you definitely got to draft. I think you got to draft a center or somebody, at least for depth, a big guy that can come in there and build those trenches. Falcons got to work on that. They got to get tough in the middle. Too soft. But I agree. I wouldn't mind if we just hit defensive tackle, defensive end, linebacker, the end. I'm happy. defense, the end. But that's all I got. That's all I got. I'm gonna end on that note. We can talk about it because I got some mock drafts that I want to talk about next week. So I'll plug in some names of some defensive tackles. I hope we take a look at some more people, and we can discuss that next week. So with that, Lou, take us home, brother.
All right. In-Hand Sports Show, Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Number is 512-543-4662. We're going to be talking, of course, playoffs in both the NHL and the NBA as they both get started. We'll recap the Masters. We'll also recap the WNBA draft as well. The news on NFL and UFL. Also, your thoughts and comments. This week, this Dayton Sports History, Sports Trivia, the ridiculous story of the week, and the inspiring story of the week. So remember, it's 512-543-4662 on Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget to like and share the page, and we're on Facebook Live.
All right. Excellent.
All right.
Excellent, Lou. Thanks for joining the show, Lou, as always. And we want to thank everybody else. Thanks, Lou. And we want to thank everybody else for joining the show. As always, hope if you can get that, put that disc on the track.
I got it right here.
And we see you guys next week. Until then, speak on it.
Speak on it.